Hello and welcome. I'm Peggy, and I welcome you to our kitchen. But we don't have food, but we have all kinds of ideas for families and fun times that are coming up through the holidays. And I want to introduce to you Kelly Toadvine. Now, Kelly is a master gardener, and she has come and brought all these fun things for centerpieces and things we can use through Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they're things that are not terribly expensive, the things we can do ourselves. And it's wonderful to have your kind of talent.
Well, thank you. I appreciate being here.
Kelly is Vice President-elect of the Greenville Master Gardeners. And so I just want everybody to know that you're special.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Now, what all did you bring?
Well, one of the key things that I brought was stuff out of my yard and stuff I already owned, because I think when you're trying to get ready for, like, Thanksgiving, there's a lot to do and you don't need to do a lot of shopping. So first of all, I started with greenery that I could collect in my yard.
So these you from your yard?
These are, well, this particular item I don't have growing, but I have a friend who grows it in her yard. So so I did a little cheating and I did shop in her yard.
So now you're going to make like a centerpiece?
We're going to make a centerpiece, and actually that's something that I have always kind of always thought about is that you decorate the inside of the house and everything looks wonderful. But as somebody drives up your driveway, your little mailbox is sitting there and that tells them what house to come to. Why not decorate your mailbox since it's the first thing that everybody sees?
Absolutely.
So we started out this season, I found this cute little basket. And
now that's going to be your...
That's going to be the base that would sit on your mailbox, okay? Now, before we get too far, I've had people ask me how I attach it to my mailbox. This is a super duper zip tie.
Oh.
And makes a wonderful way to attach it to your mailbox. You'll just run it through your basket.
There you are.
And there you are. All right, so let's move on. Wet oasis to keep our greenery fresh. And you pick a front and a back. All right.
And of course you've got this, it's kind of like a little basket.
Yeah, yeah. Usually I just make a metal cage with wire.
Yeah.
But I found this, I thought this was something interesting,
yes.
something a little different. And it actually has a little tree on it. So as our seasons change, then we're sort of semi-prep for Christmas. So we're thinking about Thanksgiving. So I took some wood that I had at my house and I made a little turkey, okay? So I thought, well, let's wire the turkey to the front of the basket.
See, such imagination.
And
that's adorable.
Then what we can do is we can decorate the basket so that the basket fans out and the whole thing reminds you of the body of a turkey.
Now you could put this as a centerpiece on the table.
You could,
or
yes.
on a hall table, or
you could if you didn't want to put it on your mailbox.
Yeah.
Yes, certainly.
Or you can use it outside.
That's right. And then, like I said, then you just start adding your greenery. Excuse me.
This is just out of your yard.
This is out of a pine tree I have that's growing in my meadow, yes. And that's what I like about it, is the fact that most people have evergreen shrubs. I have nandina. Lots of people have nandina. Put that towards the back. That'll make good. So that's part of what I like to be able to do, is use things.
Use what you have.
Use what you have, yes. And then you can begin to fill in once you get the greenery in. Let's get a few more pieces in here.
Now this is going to be Thanksgiving?
We're going to start out with Thanksgiving,
okay.
yes, because we want to give the bird his time.
All right.
We want to give the bird his time. So we just keep going around. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, Nellie Stevens.
Oh,
I had to cut mine down. It got too big. So before I get rid of it, I am
and you have the berries in there.
Saving it, yep, for the berries. And we just keep filling in. I've got more greenery here. Well, let's use the magnolia. Everybody usually has a friend or somebody's got magnolia growing in their yard. Let's see, maybe we'll put that kind of in the middle. All right, so you see how we're starting to get that,
Yes.
that kind of that look of the bird.
So if you have just this is like a little wire basket.
Right.
And at home, then you can start with that and move on and do whatever you want.
That's right. And see, then you can, as you start getting some of your greenery in there.
Can I help you?
Then you can start adding like a cornucopia. Let me turn this to the side.
So this would be Thanksgiving.
This is Thanksgiving. So if you wanted to have the bird, but then add a little extra, you could have the cornucopia in there, or you could take the bird off, which we can do. And let me show you. If you still have your Halloween decorations out, consider some of those. We've got.
Well, of course, you got the fall colors.
That's right. Look at this with the black and the feathers.
Oh, my.
Who's to say that we couldn't add?
Oh, look at that. Oh, Kelly, and look at this.
I know, isn't that cool? And that's just a candle ring. But we could add this in there.
Look at that.
And then we have that cornucopia, and then we could add your little friends. Aren't these
this
cute?
is priceless.
Okay.
These little things, and they never stop moving.
So what I would probably be apt to do.
And you said these cost about $1.
They cost about $1. Yes,
Look at
ma'am.
this. So if you have children, look.
That would be really cute.
Wouldn't they love this for the dining room table or Thanksgiving table or whatever?
So then what you could do is put one in here and one in here, and we can take tack them down. But see, then we could add some of our fall leaves.
So you'd have a little
to
color.
give a little color, yeah. We could even put our Indian corn. Let's see.
Don't hurt yourself. It's all glued there together.
No, it's just got a band on it to keep it. So now I wouldn't advise you putting this corn out if you have a lot of squirrels, because they will work themselves to death to eat all of your Indian corn. But you see you see how you can get this, and then you would just keep adding your greenery. We might want to wire some of it up. But you see, you got your little people in there. So, and then if you want to go all natural, then we could leave the corn, and these are okra pods.
I didn't know what that was. And she said, well, they're okra pods.
And I just spray painted them gold to give them a little flash. And then I just stick them in a wire. And we stick those in like that. We come in here and do this.
Now this is something that, as I'm standing here with you, I'm thinking that you could get if you have children at home, let them help you and make something out, and they love that.
Of course. If you're lucky enough to have pine cones in your yard, gets the kids to collect pine cones. These have had a string added to them and a little paint on the edges. Again, they make a great addition. You can put them on a stick to give them a little height. We can wire them on. Look at this. If you have a hunter in the family, some of us do. Why not introduce, get everybody represented? Who's to say that we couldn't have, take those out, put the antler in there. We really need some more greenery in here.
Well, I thought these little figures were adorable in there.
They are cute. We can put those back in.
And they move. Look.
And then, of course, after you get all that filled in, then you're going to want to think about a bow. To me, a bow always kind of adds to it. This is just some colored burlap. And it can be just as simple as tying just a plain, simple bow. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Just make some nice big loops.
And so, of course, there you have your fall colors.
And then you can, based on on where you're going to use your piece. You either do it on the right-hand side, maybe. You could do it down here in the front.
Oh, that's adorable.
So, and see, it really does tie in with the colors.
And so if you have this basic little basket,
Right.
then you can take some of these things out, and then you can put things in there, and then it's Christmas.
Yes, we can do that now.
But I've got to
can do
put
that.
these just tickle me. I've got to put these out here. Look at
Okay.
this. We've got to let people see these.
All right.
Look at this.
So, if we're thinking now about Christmas.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. While you're we got to go to a quick break.
Okay.
Okay. So don't go away.
Okay, I won't. I'll keep
we'll
busy.
be right back with some more wonderful ideas that you can share with your family and loved ones.